5 minutes away. That was the only that's the only good thing about it, you know what I mean? Because McDonald's and McDonald's, Burger King, matter of fact, all the quick little spots are like literally right around the corner, man. Right around
That's what's
5 minutes. Yeah, 5 or less minutes away, man. 5 or less minutes away.
All right, well, looks like we're on now. We're on YouTube Live, and I guess it's time to get everything together. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Yeah. So I'll start it off. You know what I'm saying? Yo, what's up, everybody? This is Aaron Redmond on YouTube Live with my sidekick, Don, Casual
What's going
Don.
on, everybody?
And today's episode is very special to me. You know what I mean? A lot of people don't really think of music as an important thing, but I always felt that it was very important to me, man, because music changed my life in a lot of ways. Just people expressing themselves and making an art out of their life is it's very special to me. And I'm gonna tell you why it's special, because there are a lot of times when music plays a big role. Like I have music memories. When certain songs come on, I think of this or that. You know what I'm saying? And I was like, I had 3 songs that I was going to talk about today, and I'm gonna let everybody else rip up on that after they, talk about their songs. You can ask questions if you want to. It's all good. But music memories, man. My first music memory I was going to talk about is it's not that popular. It's a song by the Brand New Heavies. Most people don't know them that I know. And this song is called Never Stop. I can tell you why it's that big a deal to me, the Never Stop song. Because it was my first love. The first girl I ever had, I was 20, you know what I'm saying? I was 20-year-old virgin, you know what I'm saying? And I met this girl, and I really liked her. And she had a car. I was a young boy. I had nothing but a job. You know what I'm saying? And I met her at the job. You know what I mean? And I can remember being she had picked me up and she wanted to go see her mom or something. And it was all good. So I was in the car. She had this Nissan where you can take the window part off and just jam out, right? And
was she older? Now, was she older than you are?
She was older than me. She never would tell me her age though. But she wasn't she could have been no more than 5 years older than me though. But she is beautiful, man. Little light-skinned, beautiful thing. Look like she
little red bone, huh?
Model and all that kind of stuff. She is fine, yo. And so, I had lost all my weight at that time when I met her, and I was looking good, I was looking good. And we were taking a ride, right? And Never Stop came on, and we were like, just, it's an okay song, And then they got to this one part, where it was talking about, I never could imagine like you not being around, something like that. It's been a while since I listened to it, but it was perfect, and we just started looking at each other. She said, "This is our song, Aaron." I said, "This is always going to be our song," and I was like, "Oh, get out of here!" Okay, yeah, all right, you know what I mean. And then ever since, 30 years go by. Every time I hear that song, I still think of her. It actually was our song, man. Actually was that song. I messed that up though, because I was in love, she was in love, but I had problems. You know what I'm saying? I had problems that I never knew I had, and then I had problems that I knew I had, but I thought I dealt with, but it wasn't going to work. The drug issue came up and kind of ruined the relationship, and I lost her, and it was the worst thing ever happened to me. But that song always makes me remember the best time I had in my life. One of the best times I ever had in my life was with her, just riding by with this song. It was like the perfect travel song, had violins in it and stuff, the bass. It was nice. And that was like one of my favorite memories. I have another one, right? I remember when I was a young boy, I was still in high school, and I heard Luther Vandross sing "Superstar," and let me tell you, that changed my whole idea of what music was, man. I never thought music could sound like that or be like that. You know what I mean?
Right.
It's the music I listened to because I was an R&B listener. We had people like Rick James and all them guys banging it. But then Luther came out and he just changed it all for my little mind. You know what I mean? And that song, just the way he sings it and the way it's performed, the recording is just, I don't think there's too many recordings that can stand up to that. You know what I mean? And I still love it. I just remember just sitting there for hours and days just listening to it, trying to sing it, trying to do it like Luther, because the song took me over. It took me over, man. It was one of those songs that took you over, and you just loved the feeling because it was about lost love. It was about lost love. I was in Milton Hershey School. I lost a lot of love by then. You know what I'm saying? My family wasn't with me. I only had me and my twin. You know what I mean? And I didn't know where they were. A lot of times we would go home and not know where we lived a lot of times. You know what I'm saying? So, that song, that Lost Love, was kind of it was more than just, him singing to a woman for me. It was me like him singing to my life. You know what I mean? It was beautiful, man. It's the first time I realized that even with all this sadness around you, you can be celebrated in your sadness. Like you can celebrate your loss. You know what I'm saying? Like you can sing about it. You can love who you are with the loss. It's not a problem. You know what I'm saying? It was the first time it brought my spirits up. My spirits were down, but it made me like feel safe in myself. You know what I mean? I don't know how else to explain it, but it was a beautiful thing. There's a whole lot of those, but Luther is the one that I remember at this time the most. You know what I mean? One more song. I got one more song. Let me see. I made sure I did some homework. I wrote things down. Whitney Houston. Okay, Whitney Houston, man. This is a song by Whitney Houston, "You Got Good Love," right? And I can remember I was sitting at a dance, just chilling, and this girl came out and stared at me. And right when she walked out, the song came on. You know what I'm saying? And it was like, damn. I was lost, yo. I was too scared to say anything, but damn, I was hypnotized, yo. I was hypnotized. And a little "You Got Good, You Give Good Love" came. And I was like, oh God, this is something. This is the first time I ever felt that type of desire for somebody. You know what I mean? It was really sweet. You know what I mean? And I never got with that girl. I don't even know her name, but I can tell you this. That moment never left me. It never left me. Seriously. I still think about that song and I can still practically see her. You know what I'm saying? She was fine, yo. Dark skin, fine, walking slim. Yo, I was.
She was mesmerized, huh?
Mesmerized, man. That's the word, mesmerized. You know what I mean? And it was like a joyful time for me. You know what I mean? Those are my three. I can get into them a little more, but I don't want to. I want y'all to talk on what y'all want to speak on, your songs, because I see that Andre left the show, but Carmen's still here. Hey, Carmen!
Hey, how you doing?
Are you back now? Oh, y'all doing it like, why y'all doing it like a couple? Y'all afraid y'all phone's gonna go off or something? Y'all going? Oh, that one.
This one.
She always wants to be with somebody.
You're like, I would have been. Let's share the phone. I'm like, all right, let's go. You know what I mean? So.
Well, since the ladies in the room, I'm gonna let the lady go first. You know what I'm saying? Hey, Carmen.
Okay, so my first. Okay, so I came to the United States 1978, and I really didn't know about English music. So here I am with no Hershey, not a lick of English in my brain. I said yes and no. And then, one thing that made me enjoy your music in Milton Hershey that I remember that's just so memorable is when y'all started break dancing, because I'm used to the salsa stuff and merengue. When y'all started break dancing and Planet Rock, stuck in my brain. It's a inspiring song. It gives me good memories about my family and the milk and stuff. So that was good and memorable, and that kind of like put together that. I hate to say it, but you guys danced just as good as us in Puerto Rico, but it was a little different, and I felt like a family there, because I learned about division at the milk, but you guys were my peeps, and it was just, it brought us together. So that's a very memorable one. And then I'll never forget, I don't have a close relationship with my blood family, and I was really lost when I was go home and once in a while see my brothers that are blood. So one time I was forced to visit with my oldest brother, which I don't speak to him, but when I was young, he put this song that stuck in my brain that I loved. So now I knew some English and I knew the meaning of the words, and it was Journey's Don't Stop Believing. Man, I used to blare that, and sometimes when whatever, I'll be blaring that, and I put it on and I blare it, and it helps me pump up whatever is trying to bring me down. And then one of the ones later on in my life, when I learned about passion and stuff, that what I learned to what I like about myself and passion, let's say, with a male. So is Keisha Cole, Heaven Sent. Because I went to heaven.
Okay. You had goals with that song.
So yeah. So I'm just saying, like, these were three things that kept me. Two of them very memorable, and one was inspiring. So when I could put it on, Journey can always be like, I can blare that on and pump myself to get motivated and push aside what I was trying to bring in that moment down. And then, when I have fun at the clubs, I love listening to It's Raining Men, but that's these three are more strong.
Mary J. Blige.
Oh,
It's Raining Men. You like it?
I do have. I get to have, because I'm a female, I get to have four, okay?
Time.
So I went through a really sad breakup, and the sad breakup, I was like really bummed out. So Mary J was my fuel and fire. And one of the things, two songs that she sang, I'm Not Gonna Cry, and then Just Fine. So
Mary J. Man, I like Mary J. I always liked her.
Yeah, I liked her too.
Yeah.
That's
it. That's all I have to share.
All right. Well, Don's busy. So what about you, Dre?
All right, let's go. I remember we was kids. I remember the first time I heard this song, it was something new. It was a rap song. It was Rapper's Delight by Sugar Hill Gang. Yo, what is this music? And I was like, everybody started popping to it. I remember the whole unit, black, white, we was all singing the lines, especially the part we talking about not eating food at your friend's house because it was so nasty, you know what I mean? So that was the thing that used to always get me pumped up when I was a kid. That song right there was a shot. We all did that joint. And remember, it was so long, we all took a part in the song. It was so long, you know what I mean? So we used to do that joint. That song was I remember that song. That song was good. And then another song was the first time I really fell in love. I mean, it was really weird because it was I was at the mill and at school, and I remember the first time I saw that girl, it seemed like everything stopped. Like in the movies, everything stopped, and then the girl just walking slowly towards you, and you just lost in that moment. That's how it was for me. And I remember who she was. I ain't gonna say no names. So I remember who she was, right? I can't remember her eyes were, blue. Can't remember. But anyway, I remember she was a friend of a friend. And I remember we started talking one day. And I was single at the time. I just had broke up with the person I was with. And she was with somebody, but she didn't want to be with them no more. And then she didn't know how to break it on, so we was writing letters back and forth to each other. You know, you fold up like the ones you just fold up and stuff. And then our thing was our song was called Secret Lovers. That was our song. So our song was called Secret Lovers. Until we got together, you know what I mean? And we were together and until they found out, her parents found out she was dating me, and they didn't like the black dude. So they ended up taking her back out of the school eventually. But we was in love. We wrote each other for a while, and we just lost contact. But I always hit over here in love with her. She's the same, but that's just how it ended. And then when I got older, I started making with the ladies. Then I started making these slow jam tapes. You know what I mean? And my favorite song on the slow jam tape was "Turn Off the Lights" by Teddy Pendergrass.
Yeah, man.
That was my go-to right there. You know what I mean? So, you know what I mean? With the honey, that's still my go-to. You know what I mean? It's timeless right there. So, yeah, I remember those. Yeah. So we good. You know what I mean? We good. You know. So that was my 3 songs, man. That was definitely my 3 songs. But I'll tell you another song that got me going. That was wild at the time was Prince. That Darling Nikki. I ain't never heard a song like that in my life. I never heard a song like that in my life. I was like, what the hell is that? I was like, oh my God, it was so good. It told the whole story, you know what I mean? I was like, when you saw the movie, you just started laughing like, oh, you know what I mean? But that song was like, that was it. You know what I mean? That was it, you know. And then but one more, like with Michael Jackson, when he had the song when he had a music video, when every time he moved somewhere, stepped somewhere, the lights on the ground would come on.
Yeah, Billie Jean.
Billie Jean, yeah.
That song was it for me. You know what I mean? Because I'd already seen that video. It was like the newest thing ever, like in music videos and in everything. So that Billie Jean thing, that was hype. You always got on the floor when you heard that song, and everybody tried to do the stepping thing, like pretending like the floor would light up and everything. So that was cool. Yeah, that was cool. Yeah.
You know, before Billie Jean, videos were kind of a joke. You know what I'm saying? And then he made it an art form. You know, Michael Jackson came and changed the whole scene, yo. He changed it in every way.
Yeah, so when I saw that was it. You know what I mean? Well, you know, he loved a lot of musicals. He did a lot of stuff like that, dancing and things like that. So that was his era. So he brought that over, you know, out to everything else. So, you know, that was it. But that's my songs, man. That's my songs, yo. Yeah,
that's you made me want to add a song. I'm gonna add a song since we adding songs. Rockbox, yo, Rockbox. You remember Rockbox, Run DMC? That was my best memory because we used to be like in a student home, and you know, all guys taking a shower at one time, trying to get out of there. You know, let me tell you something.
That's
we
right.
Used to play that song in the shower. And you know how I used to echo and everything, and the song was already crazy with the big old boombox. All of us would be in there dancing, beating the walls of the shower to the beat of the car. And you know, all of us was in there just rapping. It wasn't just the the black boys, it was the white boys, everybody in there. We was all in there just yelling at each other. The rap song, man, it was like one of the best mornings, you know what I'm saying? We did that for about a month, man. I remember.
The verse of the song, man. We all would take verses of the song, like a couple of us at a time. That was crazy. Showers took forever because we just always banging on the walls. Half the time you was banging on the walls, it was more than washing up. It was just crazy. I take a shower. Yeah, that's crazy. I remember them days. Yeah,
you be all trying to rap with soap in your eyes and shit, yo. It was funny as hell. It was fun. That was so fun. That was one of the best times of my life at Milton Urgy School. That right there. There's a whole bunch of little young boys. They don't know shit, you know. We don't know nothing yet. We think we know the word. This song come on, and we was just all jumping and jamming before school, yo. It was just not. It was hot, man. It was cool as hell, man. I loved it, man. I loved it. Well, I'll tell you what. We got a new guy in the room. Eric's in the room. What's up, Eric?
Hey, what's going on?
What's up, E-Money?
Old school, brother. Yeah. Yo, what you got, man? What songs you got that you know, this life-changing, life scenario, keep it with forever kind of songs, bro?
So it was crazy for me because when before I went to Milton, I was home. My mom used to listen to all the the soulful music and stuff, and then I got to the Milton, and somebody was listening to Kiss, and it scared the crap out of me. Like I was literally scared because it's a bunch of white people jumping around on stage screaming at each other, and y'all calling this music. So it kind of. But like one of my memorable songs for me is like from the 6th grade dance at Catherine Hall. I think it was Wham! I'm Never Going to Dance Again. The girl I wanted to dance with.
Wow. I remember that one.
And I think I'm going to put a name out there. I don't know if y'all remember Jennifer Devon. Oh my goodness. Oof. She wouldn't dance with me to save my life. So that was the longest walk back to my student home. Now I just saying to myself, I'm never going to dance again.
That's funny. That's funny.
One of my other most memorable songs for me is LL Cool J, I Need Love.
Oh yeah,
that was the first slow song, rap slow song.
Love song. Rap love song. Rap slow love song. That was the first one.
First one.
They said it would never do anything. They said, why would you what? And everybody was like, that's the dumbest thing I ever heard. And then number one. Yeah.
I think these young boys know how much LL was like. He was different. He was like nobody else.
He's way ahead of his time.
When he first came out, nobody rapped like that. Nobody had music like that. Nobody, a lot of people copy LL and they don't even know they copying LL, man. He was like a monster back then, man. I can remember, like, this kid with this Kango. He was just so cool as shit, It was crazy. It was crazy. I was definitely a fan, I definitely had something. I definitely had a connection with that brother that, I felt like it was not just a connection of like a fan, but I felt like a black connection to that brother. You know what I mean? He was like the best version of us at the time. You know what I'm saying? Angry, well spoken and well mannered black man. Done, brother. I thought that was hot, man. I thought that was the best. I thought he was the man. What did you say, Andre?
I just thought he was for the young people. He just was like a voice for the young people for me. Like, it don't matter what color he was mad. Especially when he said, I don't eat Oreos like you Cool J cookies. I was like, you know what? that was good for me. I was like, I'm a fan. You know what I mean? He was in the hype mode for young people to me. That's how he was for me. You know what I mean? But what's your third song, man? What's your third song, E?
Oh man, my third song that like mentally takes me there is All Cried Out by Lisa Nicole Jam.
Oh my yeah. Oh my God. I had a crush on that chick, yo.
Yeah.
Who didn't, man? Who?
But I'm gonna tell you.
Puerto Rican.
Yeah, she's Puerto Rican. She was fine.
Yeah, I'm gonna tell you. Back in my crazy days, man, I actually danced for her. I danced for her. Yeah.
Did you?
Yeah.
You was in a the concert or a music video?
Yeah, no, man. She was in Jersey. It's a place across the bridge. I forget what it's called now, man. It was years ago, and she needed dancers, man. And she called. I used to sing and dance back in the day, so we was called up there. Went up there. We did our thing.
Oh, that's what's up. That's up. No pictures? You ain't get no pictures, man.
Yo, I'm gonna tell you. No, I'm gonna tell you because I used to date Lisa Left Eye Lopez and
right.
So like my baby mama, she found them pictures. Everybody that was lighter than she was, some pictures are gone. She ain't throw away pictures of dark skinned girls. Everybody like me.
Baby mama threw away all the light skin colored pictures, yo. That's some prejudice shit, yo.
I'm like, wait a minute.
My nephew over there feeling the hate.
All the light skinned people I dated, man, was going.
Ooh, that's crazy, yo.
She's like, you not gonna remember them? I'm not gonna remember them.
Yeah.
That's wrong. How you gonna throw away someone else's memories?
She threw away pictures, man, of the one I talked about, the girl. She was fine. She was fine. Saw that picture, I told her how much that was my first love. Next thing you know, man, that joke was gone.
Yep. Yo, from now on, I'm keeping it secrets. I ain't telling nobody. Who that? I
Mm,
don't know.
Now they all cousins. They all cousins.
that one could be a cousin. So.
Hey,
That's up. Mm.
all right, so let's keep it moving. Let's keep it moving. You got any more, Eric? Yeah, if you got any more, now's the time, brother.
No, I mean, other than that, I think Prince, like Andre said, Prince was a good one for me. I mean, he had so many songs. It's hard to name my favorite. But I think Kiss was one that was good for me, and of course, Purple Rain was one that always put me in the mood too. So
yeah, I like The Door. The Door was one of my favorite
oh
songs.
yeah.
I really liked them. Yeah, that was a heck of an album, man.
Yeah,
That's a heck of an album. It changed. You know what, that changed a lot of. But you know what? You never saw like a pop star, R&B kind of artist get that type of recognition with a whole movie. He was so bad. He got to do that movie, and then he got to do the Batman, all the music in the Batman. I was like, that's hot. I never knew that we could get that kind of respect, that they would let us do movies. You know what I'm saying? And make songs to movies. We never, sometimes music kind of chronological, it tells you your life. It goes with the history.
It bridges the gap, though. It bridges the gap,
Yeah, but it gives you a history because for Black people, you know what I'm saying, we weren't really allowed on TV like that. You know what I mean? So are in the movies like that. So my generation, I can't speak for you, Don, but when we were coming up, the black and white thing was real.
Mm-hmm.
There wasn't no guessing.
You couldn't listen to each other's music back then. I remember until Run DMC and Aerosmith.
Yeah, they got together and kind of smashed all that. Because they used to call it black and white music. This is black music and this is white music. That's the way it was back then, man. You had black stations and white stations.
It was rock and soul. That's what they called it, rock and soul. And you could Run DMC came out with Aerosmith, and then that was it. I love that song. It was Aerosmith's song. They just made it to a rap song, and that's what made me. And Aerosmith is my favorite rock group. Always been. Because they sound like they got soul in their music. That's why I love it. Yeah,
they helped change history, man. They helped change history.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And you never really realize how much music changed America, but music changed America, man.
Mm-hmm.
Really did. You know what I mean? I think the next one I'm going to pick, I'm gonna let Casual Don go because Casual Don, he's the younger one of us. Not the youngest in the room, but the youngest of us. So you go ahead, Don. What was your 3 music takes, man? What impacted you? Like 3 songs, 3 things that happened in music, careers, whatever.
All right. The first and foremost, being a young child in Greensboro, North Carolina, you wasn't privy to everything. Musically, where we lived at. So the first time I heard a rap song was Hip Hop Hooray by Naughty by Nature. Naughty by Nature. That was my first hip hop song I ever seen, and I saw the video. I was like, what the hell is this? So then I started watching more and more, and then MTV Raps came out, and it was over. It was over. We didn't have cable, so we didn't have BET or nothing like that, So that was my first rap song, and after I heard that, it was pretty much over for as far as rap goes. That's like my first love, Second song has to be my first dance with my wife. It was Chocolate Girl by the Whispers.
Oh, girl. Oh yeah.
So that was our first dance. That's our song, period. My wife invited me to a cabaret, and the DJ put this song on. And my wife was like, this is my favorite song. I said, I never heard this before. So we danced to it. And that's been our song ever since. The third song is by Music Soul Child, and it's called Don't Change.
Don't Change.
I remember that.
And it's a story of pretty much of I love you as you are, and no matter what anybody says, don't change.
That was my song to my second wife. That was our song. Yeah, that's my song.
Okay, yeah. Those are my three.
That's my song.
You ever have a whole album? Because I know we had whole albums when we were young.
Oh yeah, I have a lot more. I mean, to make it a 3A kind of deal, my first love song I ever heard was Lenny Williams, "Cause I Love You."
Oh yeah,
that's my first love song I ever heard, and it never went off. Like I thought it was the longest song in the world.
Yeah, it
just kept going. Like the song never ends, you know what I mean? So when I heard that song and it just kept going, I was like, this is shit right here. I'm not messing with this. You know, and that's when you and everybody was like, you never heard of Prince? You never heard of Teddy Pendergrass? You know, you never heard of the OJs, you know, and y'all just kept going and going and going. So I had to keep going back in the catalog, you know, Marvin Gaye, Aretha Franklin, you know, all of those people, you know, Michael McDowell, all of those people, man. You know, so but yeah, the first love song I ever heard was Lenny Williams, "Cause I Love You." Yeah, but the three I told you are the three that impacted my life, though.
Got you.
Yeah,
got you. I used to listen to albums, man. When you were talking, I thought about the albums that I used to listen to. I used to. I remember when Janet Jackson came out with her album.
Oh yeah, Rhythm Nation.
Rhythm Nation, man. That album was hot, man. I was like, dang, look at her, yo. I fell in love with Janet. I always loved Janet Jackson from when she was a little kid, because I was a little kid, and she was like cute as shit, yo. And then when she grew up and did that Rhythm Nation, I was like, damn, she's a whole woman, yo. Look at that. Yo, fine. Doing the Jackson dance as usual and shit, you know what I'm saying? She had all of it, man. She had all of it. She was like one of the first female entertainers I could say that I like.
The total package?
In an admiration kind of way. You know what I mean? Because she was just, her stuff was so pure and it was all her, you know what I'm saying? It was just nice. It was its own thing. Everybody thought it was going to be a Michael Jackson album. You know what I mean? And it was none of that. It was all Janet. It was all Janet. I thought that was a hot album. A hot album. You know, what's that other album by Marvin Gaye? There's a Marvin Gaye album that never stops. What's that album?
Oh, the one that says "Get It On." The one that's "Get It On" is on it. Let's get it on.
So the one with the girl. That's
Tammy Terrell. All I Need.
What's going on? The one with What's Going On it. Where you can listen to it all the way through with all the other songs on there. That's a hot album, man. That is like an album that never stops. So it just played all the way through. Like there was no breaks. I thought that was hot. That was one of the first songs. I never heard an album like that before, man. That's was hot.
That's how Musiq Soulchild album, his first album is, man. You can listen to all the way through, man. And
it was like that for me. It was hard like that for me. Was Earth, Wind, and Fire.
Oh yeah, Earth, Wind, and Fire was. I used to just. I think I had at least 5 years where it was all Earth, Wind, and Fire for me and nothing else, man.
Yep.
They were hot, man. They had their own message. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. It was a message of love and peace and togetherness, and it was like fire, man. It was good music. It wasn't commercial. You know what I'm saying? It was really good music, and they had their horn section that was out of. I don't think there too many.
But that was a band.
Their horn section too, man.
That's a real band. That's a real band.
Their horn section just wasn't. You couldn't mess with them, man.
You know, they only wanted to be a backup. They never wanted to be out there singing. They just wanted to be like for the singer. That's all they ever wanted to be until they just got made to put out. They got made to start singing, and that was it after that. And they started doing everything.
That's what's up. Documentary on that band. Out of all the bands, that's one of my favorite bands there is, y'all.
In the 70s, it was Earth, Wind, and Fire, and then for the white people, it was Kiss. I remember that.
I remember that. Kiss was hot back then.
Yeah, I like some of the songs. You know, you couldn't say it back then. I like some of the songs, but you couldn't say it back then. You know, now Aerosmith.
Yeah, back then, black people could like Kiss. You weren't allowed to like no Kiss, yo.
And now them white dudes dressed in drag, hell no. All the face paint
Who was
looking like a
the
wrestler.
And it's
who was the
crazy
Make
how
My
that
Funk the
was.
P-Funk guy?
What'd you say, Eric?
The Make My Funk the P-Funk? Who was that? Funkadelic?
Yeah, I think it was.
That was, yeah, no.
Yeah,
That was my stuff.
yeah. George Clinton.
Mhm.
Yeah.
George Clinton.
Aerosmith is my group, man. I consider them all day. So Aerosmith is my crew for the rock. Yeah, that's my swag.
I like Funkadelic, Parliament. I didn't know that George
African
Clinton was
Bambaataa,
an
all
old
them people,
drug
man.
dealing thief, yo.
Oh, yo, you better get the little Tony, man. Look at that little Tony take his turn.
I know. I'm gonna get to him. I know. This is my show. Mind your business. So I only pick it on you. Go ahead, Tom.
Hey, what's up, everybody?
That you want to talk about?
Well, two of them that helped me through my heartbreak. That was Mary J. Blige, I'm Not Gonna Cry, and the OJ Backstabber. So those are two songs. So when I had my heartbreak, those songs, along with It Takes a Fool to Learn That Love Don't Love No One from Finish.
Tony, you going back, bro? Okay.
Along with the Friends of the Destruction, where it says you got me going in circles. So those two songs I never heard before until I was listening to the Tom Jones Morning Show, and I was taking a shower. I was in over the heartbreak, and those two songs came on. I was like, well, don't love nobody. The hell was I thinking? And when you got me going in a circle, I was like, yeah, you know what? That made a whole lot of sense. Like I wasn't into music until I started looking at Don Wu-Tang albums that he had inside his little Jordan box or Timberland box. This back in the '90s. He had almost every single Wu-Tang album. The one that's on the checkerboard, the Wu-Tang song. Like he one that got me into music. Listen to Nas, which my favorite song, which is One Mic, Jay-Z. I don't like him too much, but I do like his music. Linkin Park. I got into Drew Hill. I don't know about the Drew Hill song that he hated. The Dawn song. It was on repeat constantly. But the song that I really got into that also taught me too was Michael Jackson Earth Song. How humans are. How they destroying everything. And if we stop destroying everything will go back to a moment in peace. But that would never happen. So like my favorite, my first Michael Jackson video was Thriller.
Oh shoot!
I mean Earth Song, and then Thriller, which was my second, which along with Billie Jean that helped change MTV to put some black music on it. So
it was
pretty much.
Yep.
That's pretty much my. That was pretty much my songs. But the song I loved the most was Method Man and Mary J. Blige, You're All I Need. That's my favorite song out of everybody. That's my number one.
Yes,
and number two is Nas, The One Mic. Number 3 is Big Pun. I'm not a player. You know.
Okay.
You know what, Paul? You made me think about a few more songs, man. But you know what you made me really think of? Michael Jackson with the Thriller. I remember when we were young, when it came out, we were sitting. I can remember commercials. There would be like little splashes of the video, like. I remember like when we would sit there and watch TV, you know, and the commercials would come on, and every once in a while, Michael Jackson commercial would come, like it was a little piece of the video would come on. He was like, "What's that?" And then it would disappear, and then you didn't know what was going on. You know what I'm saying? You just knew it was something by my guys. We don't know. And then one day, I think, what was it? The Super Bowl? Was it the Super Bowl?
No, it was Halloween when Thriller came out.
It was Halloween, right? And then all of a sudden, I think almost on every channel. I don't know if it was on every channel, but it seemed like it was because everybody saw it at the same time, yo. It came out, the video came, it was like a commercial. It came on, and then it started, and it's like, Michael Jackson, you know what I'm saying?
It was a premiere. Mhm.
I
It
remember
was.
when Mom bought me that album for my Walkman. That whole album was on repeat all day
All
long.
day. Yo, just the Thriller music video, like it made you realize that music wasn't just music, man. It could be an adventure. You know what I'm saying? It was.
Well,
He had
It
he had
changed
an
it, man.
award-winning director doing his video. John
Yeah,
Landis. John
yeah,
Landis was big time in those days.
yeah,
yeah. But
yeah.
then you know who he had at the end of the joint talking was Vincent Price, man. He was known as hard.
Yeah.
All back in the 60s.
Narrator.
Vincent Price was horror. Period. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? Yeah, Vincent Price, you knew horror.
Yeah, if you said Vincent Price, everybody knew horror. That was
He had
it.
his own show, man. Remember when he had his old shows? What was his show called? I forget what it was. Monster something, or I forget.
Mr. Doctor or something, I can't remember, but he was always did horror. That's all he did.
Always did horror shows every weekend, man. He had like about 4 hours of horror movies.
Mm-hmm. Something
Yeah,
like that.
it was cool. Vincent was the man. You know what I
He
mean?
was old by that time. He was old by that
He
time.
was very old by then. Yeah.
And everybody still knows Vincent Price. That was a shocker how he had him at the end talking. Everybody's like, "Oh my God, that's Vincent
Nobody was
Price."
ready for that. Nobody was ready for that. It was hot, man. Mike did some hot things, man.
He changed everything about music and music
He
videos.
changed everything about music. See, back in the day, before Mike brought out his the dance videos, that used to be like in the 50s and the 60s, even some in the 40s. Most movies back then were music.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? They were musicals, and they had a whole like a big band thing and a big presentation. If you ever look at those old movies back in the day, you would see like they were really deep into the musicals, man. Those people, it was crazy. It was crazy. Lots of colors, lots of dancing, lots of moves.
Yeah, but that's
You know,
what stage
people
plays.
wasn't playing.
Stage plays was a big factor in those days too, though. You know,
Yeah,
seeing it
man.
live.
Yeah, they be like singing live was a real big thing back then, man. And also, I just wanted to say, like, I had a song in my head and I just left. I know I forgot it, so I had to come back to that. But Tone, you woke me up to some things I haven't thought about in a while. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Yeah. You know what?
You know,
I also got the Stairway to Heaven too.
Stairway to Heaven.
Stairway to Heaven.
That's the OJ.
Hey, coming out with them songs, man.
And the Ozzy Brothers.
Yo, I remember when I was first exposed to what's her name?
Ozzy
I
Brothers?
can't believe, huh?
The Ozzy Brothers?
No, not the Ozzy Brothers. I'm talking. See, we thinking about two different songs. I like that song too, but the song I'm talking about is a rock song. Led Zeppelin. Yo, the first time I was exposed to Led Zeppelin, I was like, oh my God, there's some geniuses out there, yo. They was making some real hardcore rock, unequaled, man. Unequaled.
Yeah, but it's funny you say that though, because you introduced me to Queen. I didn't know who Queen was.
Oh yeah, that's right.
Queen. Queen. Yeah. I was like, it's a bunch of chicks. He was like, no, it's 4 dudes. I was like, what?
Yeah, I had my rock that I love too, man. But you know, back then they were doing all that glam stuff, you know what I'm saying? But it was, you know, there was some hot music back then, you know, there's a lot of good rock out there back then in the day, man.
Yeah, I love everything Beatles. I loved everything Beatles. One of the guys, he just played Beatles back to back all day long, every day.
Oh, I remember that. There was a station that did that. They did 24 hours Beatles.
And I love the Beatles.
I don't think they even had to repeat. I don't think they had to repeat a song, man. They were playing the whole album.
You know, it's funny. When I was a kid, I thought the Monkees was bigger than the Beatles.
Yeah.
That's because you used to watch TV and you saw the Monkees was a Beatles ripoff.
I realize that now, but because they had their own TV show, I thought they were bigger then. I'm like, y'all the Beatles. I'm like, it's the Monkees. What the hell y'all talking about, man?
Yeah, I remember that.
I remember that. I
remember the saddest moment in Donald's life was when who was it? It was oh my God. He thought this guy, that rapper boy, made up all his own songs, and we told him it was all ripoffs.
Oh
Like,
yeah. Because the rap music from his generation was using all our old music. And I remember I said, "Yo, Dad, just listen to this." He's like,
yeah, right. That hurt us. Like, it was what's
You talking
his name?
about MC Hammer, man? You talking about MC
Not
Hammer?
MC Hammer. No, it was MC Hammer. It was the one that was going out with Jennifer Lopez.
You talking about Diddy?
Sean,
Diddy.
yeah, Diddy.
Diddy.
P. Diddy was your boy, because you know he made up all that original stuff. He's like, no, man, they all remakes. He's like, no,
"Yeah, he stole all that music, yo."
And then we had to listen to all that music. He's like, he's about to cry, man. I feel so sorry for that boy. My nephew was hurting, man. Yo, P. Diddy.
That was a hell of a shock, man. You know what I mean? Well, you know, they did it because rappers weren't musicians. Rappers, and they, you know, and in our neighborhoods, the poor neighborhoods, there wasn't a whole lot of training of music. You know what I'm saying? So at that time, not at that time anyway. And what happened is these guys just learned how to take old music and make new music out of it, man, and rap over it. Rap was just coming around. It was like a whole movement of music, a whole music movement that
And a whole lot of lawsuits too.
That was rejected. Look, it was rejected by black and white people. It was rejected by a lot of people. A lot of people hated rap. A lot of people, they were burning albums. They was burning albums, man.
Well,
They hated it.
Rap at the beginning was good. It didn't talk about all that sexual stuff, all that nigga this, and I'm gonna shoot you this. It wasn't never about
NWA did that, man. NWA.
Yeah, that was before the gangster rap got popular.
NWA just messed everything up when it came to rap music. And
I don't know. I like all of it.
No.
I like all of it. I wouldn't say they messed it up at all. No. You know what they exposed. As commercial as they were, they was never a real group. You know what I'm saying? They were never a gang. They were just some guys who wanted to make some money. So they knew a lot of people in the gangster life. So they made that kind of a show. You know what I'm saying? And it was. I liked it. I liked a lot of the music. I wasn't an NWA fan.
Every last one of them in NWA was a hit maker.
Yeah.
That is true.
Yeah.
You know, Ice Cube, his transition, Dr. Dre,
Absolutely.
Eazy-E, DLC. I mean, all those dudes in that group was hit makers, man. The only one that wasn't a rapper that was a real gangster was Eazy-E, though.
But he wasn't a real gangster, though. He wasn't a real gangster. You know what I'm saying?
He was the only one out of the group that's actually out there.
He's the only one that ever did anything gangsterish. Let me put it that way. Yeah, you know, he was living that life, but he wasn't like, you know, he wasn't in danger. Let me put it that way. He was in danger a few times and decided that rap game was the real thing. He was smart. You know what I'm saying?
A lot of people don't know that you know, Ice Cube wrote all the lyrics. What was he? 17 years old. He wrote all the lyrics to all the songs.
And Dr. Dre did all the music. You know what I'm saying? So
that boy paid. Now I got those beats, man. He's like $3.4 million for those beats. Yeah, he got 3.
He sold it. They sold it to Apple, and his cut was like 1.2 billion.
No, he got 3-point-something billion off of that. I saw that, John. He got 3-point-something billion off those beats. Yep, for them headphone beats, he got I think it was 3.2 billion. He made off of that, something like that.
I know he sold his shares to Apple because it was him.
It was shares with them.
Yeah, because it was him and Jimmy Levine. It was a third person as well. The third person is actually in the process of suing both of them too because they lied to him and told him that they weren't going to sell the company at all.
That's what they do. You never believe these folks.
And what happened was he sold his shares to both of them too. And then a year later, they made a deal with Apple, and that was over.
Yeah, well, you know, that's how that goes.
Well, if anybody don't have anything to say, because you know we're almost at the hour. It's 7.
You know what? I remember since Tony talked about the breakup song, I remember my breakup song was Time, Love, and Tenderness. That was my joint for the breakup.
Time Love. I don't even remember that song.
Right, that was by that singer, everybody thought he was black, but he's actually white with the curly hair. Can you remember
Michael
his name?
Bolton?
Michael Bolton. Michael Bolton.
That's
Time, Love,
probably
and
why I don't know it. I was never a Michael Bolton fan by any means, yo. I was never a Michael
Like he
Bolton.
can't sing.
I like a few of his songs, man. I like a few of his songs.
No, Michael Bolton can sing. There's no doubt. There's no doubt that he can sing. He can sing.
He can
Yeah.
sing. Yeah, he can sing. Michael Bolton.
With no doubt. That's a singer, yo. But I was never that much of a fan.
You know
You know what's funny,
who
man? I don't have a breakup song, man. Because I was the person that was breaking up, so I don't have a breakup song.
Mhm.
All right,
That
play.
would be just like that.
Even if I broke up with him, I still felt bad. You know what I mean? Because it was over. You know what I mean? So that was it. When they broke up with me, when I broke up with them. Yeah. Yeah. So it was never good.
Oh, you know what song now that I think is okay. Whitney Houston did a remake on that song. We talked about this before. Whitney Houston did a remake of The Greatest Love of All. Now, culturally, right? Culturally, I remember when she did it, I kind of felt, I loved the version, but I kind of didn't like it. Like, because I was from the school where, who is it? Who's the guitar player? Jazz boy.
George Benson. You talking about?
Benson. George Benson. George Benson did that song first, and you heard that all over the black stations when I was young. That was one of my favorite songs, "The Greatest Love of All." You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
No. Yeah. And I remember that used to be kind of a black anthem. It was kind of a black anthem for a long time. You know what I mean? People don't even know that. People think that song is like, great pop culture. No, that was kind of a black anthem. The Greatest Love of All was, because it was like him singing to us.
That and Lean on Me.
He was singing to the black people.
Mm-hmm. That and Lean on Me was a black song. It was a black anthem, John. That and Lean on Me.
Lean on Me.
Mm-hmm. Those two that was like a song for not even just a black, it was a song for a lot of people. Those two songs, for a lot of different culture and stuff. Like a lot of people liked them two songs.
But a lot of people didn't know about George Benson. They didn't know about that song. That was a song that was played only on black radio.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? So if you didn't listen to black radio, you didn't know anything about George Benson's "The Greatest Love of All" until the remake came out when Whitney did it. And Whitney knew about the song because she grew up with that kind of music. You know what I'm saying? So I kind of I had mixed emotions about it, but the song was done so well by her that I couldn't. I still loved the song, but I still felt like it was a little tainted because I felt like that was our song, man.
I like it, but I
She made it everybody's song.
She definitely commercialized it.
Yeah. Did you ever hear the original, Don? The original version first?
After
Did you hear
told me about it, when you told me about it last week, I went and looked it up.
Yeah.
Which one you like better, hers or the original?
I heard hers first, so
Yeah,
I'm biased, so I'm biased.
It's hard to love the original because the original wasn't that well recorded. It was recorded differently. It wasn't a great recording. It was a good recording for back in the day. So it don't really stand up like, you know what I'm saying? Unless you was raised with it, you know what I mean? So, I have to go back and listen to it again, man, because didn't his version have kids in the end? I can't remember.
I don't think so.
I can't remember. I can't
I'll be honest with you. I listened to a little bit of it, and I was like, I can't listen to this, man. I can't do it.
No, because that's not what you were exposed to first.
Mm-hmm.
I really love that song, man. I used to play that song over and over again, man. Then Whitney came out with it, I was like, damn.
Lean on Me was the Jones back then to go to.
No.
But you did do that Dolly Parton song up. So I
George
really love that.
Man, but George couldn't match that voice, yo. He ain't had that voice, yo. He just didn't know.
It's still better than hers, though. I still like his version better than hers, though.
I gotta hear it again because I do like it, man. But well, that's it. Anybody else got any other songs they want to talk about? Anything? Because we all has the hour.
The
Want to talk about
greatest.
Milli Vanilli?
Milli Vanilli. Yo, I love the
The
Billy.
sad part,
Album.
they can actually sing, but
Yeah.
they got into the whole lip singing, and people didn't actually like them. But they
No,
could actually
one
sing.
of them can sing. No, only one of them could sing. Only
Y'all
one.
don't know. You see,
Only
I
one?
know. I don't think y'all was around for the Milli.
Oh, yeah, I was.
You was. They were loved, yo. I'm talking about
Blame it on the
worldwide.
rain. Blame it on the
yo.
rain. Blame it
Worldwide.
on. They was on cartoon singing "Blame It on the Rain."
Yes.
Yes. Yes.
I forgot all about that. Oh yeah.
They were like big. They were approaching Michael big, yo. I remember.
Mhm.
It was crazy, man. And everybody loved them. Them little girls loved some Milli Vanilli with their long braids and they was model looking. They come out there singing. And everybody was like, yeah. You know what I mean? We loved when they came out. And then the news came out.
A concert and the tape messed up.
Yo, they was They just someone told on them.
No,
Someone-
it was a concert they had and the tape messed up. They were playing. They showed it on the news. It was a recording.
Was it
They
correct?
showed Yeah, it was on. They were in a live concert, and he showed it on the news.
That's right. Because they kept on running back and forth, and people and all the people in the music business couldn't say anything.
It was like yeah,
Mm-hmm.
crazy.
That was sad. That was one of the saddest
when
moments
that
of my
happened,
music life.
But when that happened, they exposed a lot of other artists as well that weren't live singing their
right.
concert.
That's right. In fact, back then they exposed the fact that most artists at that time were lip singing. They weren't the only ones.
Their own music, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And I can remember my heart just dropped. When I saw that it was fake, my heart just dropped, yo. Because I had that album, yo. I was playing that album every day. You know what I'm saying? I was all over it.
I still listen to them. I still listen to them songs. I know what they do. I still listen to it. You know what I mean?
I never hear them anymore. So
I go on YouTube.
One of them committed suicide.
Yeah,
man.
no, that was sad. That was sad.
He couldn't know about being recognized.
Well, he couldn't get back in the business because he started singing some songs. He sounded all right, but I think if they would have just let him sing it their way, they still would have been hits. You know what I mean? I think the problem is they didn't let him, and that was just sad, man.
I think the real problem is the way they started. They were models. Famous models. And then found out that they could sing and make some good music. And the fact that they were just up there pretending lip singing, it just took the whole wind out of the sails, man. Nobody cared about them after that.
They did sing it the first way, but they said, no, we got people who can sing it even better. And then that's how all that started. That's how
It
all
is
that
what
started.
it is. It is what it is. That was one of the worst times in music for me, man. One of the worst.
They could have even made it where, okay, these guys don't sing this song, but original people don't ever want to be seen. And they're just lip singing. That's all they had to do.
I
That's
think
what they
somebody
were doing.
to change the music game. Weird Al Yankovic.
Weird Al Yankovic.
That's fat.
You
Favorite
think-
song was actually fat.
Huh?
Comedy and songs.
My favorite song was Fat. It was called Fat. That was Michael and him
What he did the I'm fat. He did the I'm
Yeah.
fat instead of I'm bad.
Yeah.
No, it's called Eat It. He did Eat It instead of Beat It.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He did
Black
Almost Paradise. He did
He took
Almost
him-
Paradise and the Gangster's
Almost
Paradise.
Paradise was Gangsta
Yeah,
Paradise.
yeah, I remember that. I remember that.
Yeah.
You know, that got an Oscar, man. That boy actually got an Oscar.
What?
Yeah, Gangsta Paradise. Gangsta Paradise. I remember he got an Oscar.
No, he got
Oh, the song, the
he
real
got song
song.
for film of the year. He got song for film of the year because of the movie that came out with Michelle Pfeiffer. What's that movie called? It was a movie with her. She was a teacher.
Oh, that
That's
was when
the-
all the principals were beating up the students and making them behave.
No, so all the students were bad, and she came in there. She was a Marine. She came in there to teach, and she was trying to make them feel better about themselves and go to school, get good grades and stuff like that. That was what it was.
Yeah,
called
and his song was on the
Discipleship.
soundtrack, and he won a Grammy and all that kind of stuff for this. Like the song blew out everybody, man.
That was a good song, but that was like his only one, really, wasn't it? I mean, he didn't really have too many songs after that.
Yeah, no, he had another one too. He had another one as well.
Yeah, there's one.
He had
really
another
good
one he did
was Voices.
to a classical song. It was
He
a
only had,
classical music.
That's the only thing he had, like 2 songs, yo.
2 songs.
Yeah.
2 songs that was his. That was all he had, you know.
I ain't gonna lie, I'll take 2 songs to be a millionaire.
Hey,
I take one song and be a
this
millionaire.
one is like billionaires, you know what I mean? So,
But that's why it's a lot of people who make singles, but they can't make albums. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, there's a lot of them. Well, you know, back in the day, you know, there was this thing where if you bought an album, you knew you get at least 2 or 3 good songs. The rest was
All the
trash.
songs that came out on the radio is what you got. Every song that came out on the radio is what you got. So you got about 3.
But no, because there's songs that's on the album that's actually good. You just don't hear them. You just gotta get the CD and find out.
Sometimes, not all the time. That's
You know,
Remember, albums was like 14 songs. So you was guaranteed 3 or 4 off the radio, and you might have got 2 more off the album, and that was it.
That was
You know,
it.
you know what empowered a lot of people was the Public Enemy. They brought Black Pride back. You know what I mean? The fight the power.
Oh yeah.
They were doing about a Public Enemy. I really
They were our only like militant type of song people back then. We didn't have too many militant people back then when we were growing up.
Yeah, that was Chuck D and Full Play.
Fight the power and all that stuff. That was
911 is a joke.
Yep. That was the ones that did all that stuff. So yeah. So that's it. You know, that was a group.
Hey, Carmen, what was you listening to, Carmen, back then?
You cannot forget about the biggest biter of all time. Vanilla Ice, man. Vanilla Ice.
Oh, we don't discuss Vanilla Ice on this podcast. We do not discuss that thing on this podcast. What was you gonna say?
I was telling Andre that remember back in the days when I was with my girls and we're like, girl, there's a meeting in the ladies' room.
I remember that. Yeah, that was nice.
And then Adina Howard.
Oh, t-shirt, my panties on. Got my t-shirt and my panties on. Yeah.
Oh, okay. I remember that song. Carmen loved all the nasty songs.
I know. Hey, you know, Dre's song was Aquanelli. Put it in my mouth.
What?
Put it in my mouth. That was your song right there.
What?
He knew all the lyrics to that damn song.
I don't remember that song hardly, yo. I know the song, but I barely remember that.
That was a dirty song. That was a dirty song. But it was funny, man. It was so funny, Aaron. I know what you're talking about now. I can't remember how long it went, but I remember I used to say that joke.
Remember Monday, Tuesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday?
That was the song back then, yo. I remember that. Was that Pictures in Her? What was that?
Love Overboard by Gladys Knight.
Last night was the John, yo. I used to love it. I used to, you know what? I don't think there's too many songs that she sang that I didn't like.
That's like a.
Yeah, but how about Bad Girls by
Anita
Donna
Baker.
Summer?
Bad Girl, she was bad. I used to love Donna Summer.
That's just like Anita
Summer,
Baker
Bad
too,
Girl.
though. Yeah.
Believe it or not, I was a Diana Ross fan, yo. I love Diana Ross, yo.
Oh yeah, yeah.
She was just so fine to me, yo. I just thought she was the best ever, yo. I was in love with that skinny thing. I don't even like skinny girls.
And I'm upside down.
Michael
Upside
did
down.
You know
too.
what's
He made a
funny?
song
I never
about
heard none of her music. Only thing I remember her from was The Wiz.
Really? That was
Same
probably
here.
her worst performances. You remember her from when she was back in the day, man? When she was riding with the Diana Ross and the Supremes and shit. Y'all, you don't remember that? You don't know? That's her best music, man, from back in the day. Oh, you came at the end of her career. Like that was she was dying out when The Wiz came out. Before The Wiz, yo, Diana Ross all day, brother. She had some hits.
That's what her Lionel Richie.
Especially in disco. I used to like her in the disco days, man.
You know what my favorite love song back then was Endless Love. That was my joint.
Endless Love. That was the joint right there, man.
Mm-hmm.
Oh my God, we played that forever.
Yes, we did. Yes, we did. That was the joint.
Who sung that song?
Huh?
I know that. Who sung that song? The Endless Love. I never knew who
That
else sung it.
was Lionel Richie and Diana Ross.
Mhm.
Oh, okay.
Mm-hmm.
Because I actually did
You know,
like
my
that
song
song. And
was-
I heard that song from Happy Gilmore. That's how I heard. That's how I heard that. That song.
Oh, okay.
Some songs I hear from my movies.
From a movie.
Nah,
Yeah.
you got to listen to Secret Lovers. That was the song right there. That
That
was
was
Secret
my joint.
I already know about Secret Lovers.
That was my
Yeah,
joint.
that sound like your shit.
Along with Mr. Jones. Got Mr. Jones.
Yeah.
Mrs. Jones. Mrs. Jones was shit.
I didn't know about that.
Yeah, Mr. Jones was joint. I don't gonna lie. But that was a
That
song.
old soul, man. There ain't nothing like that old soul, man.
Not
And
at
then
all.
We Are Family. You remember that?
Just saying say goodbye.
Yeah.
Yeah, I remember that.
I remember Your Family. I remember that was really a big hit back then, yo.
Yeah, that was just a sledge.
Peppers, onions, mushrooms, and rice.
That's just like Casey and the Sunshine
Yes,
Band.
Yeah, Casey and the
The
Sunshine.
Sunshine Band, they were big back then. I remember them. They're
They did
really
all the
big.
songs that put you on the floor dancing. Casey and the Sunshine Band, they came out with a joint. He was on the floor dancing. That was it, KC. And so
That
they
was they were disco for real, yo. Casey and the Sunshine Band. That was for real disco right there.
but then he had that car accident, and then the group broke up after that. He was bad. He was bad off for a minute. For a minute.
Yeah. You remember when he used to go to Hershey Park and shit? He'd be in Hershey Park saying, Casey and the Sunshine Band, Casey and the Sunshine Band.
No, everybody came up to that joint like baby. You know what I mean? So yeah, that was KC. He was a joint, man. I liked him.
Man, I used to like him a lot.
I like the Gap Band.
Oh, the Gap Band. Yeah, the Gap Band was like, hey, how you doing?
Hey,
What just got here?
it's a threesome.
Oh, Lord. We're talking about the favorite songs.
What's your
Like,
favorite
Lionel
song?
Richie.
Oh,
I love Lionel Richie.
which one? Which song?
Penny Lover.
Penny Lover. Oh my God. I remember that song.
I remember that was one of my favorites back then. Yeah. Yeah, Lionel Richie was the man back then. People don't realize how bad Lionel Richie was the man back then, man.
Especially with the Commodores.
Yeah.
No,
Yeah.
after the Commodores, he was bad.
Easy, Zoom.
Both of them. He was bad with and after. He continued after he left the Commodores. You know, for a long time, Commodores wouldn't have a hit unless Lionel Richie wrote it. For a long time.
Oh yeah.
For a long time.
How about Lisa? Baby, I know you're wondering.
Lisa and Company. I used to love that group. That used to be my favorite group. Lisa.
But you know, Full Force, man, it was all because of Full Force.
Yeah, Lisa and Cold Jam.
And then-
Yeah, with Full Force. Yeah, Full Force did all
You
that
know,
stuff.
Full Force is the one that found her. You know, Full Force had plenty of hits too.
Four Force was bad. They were bad as shit back then, man.
There was
Yeah,
three.
they were the
brothers.
only band with muscles.
It was two
What
brothers.
about
and
Billy
one
Ocean, Caribbean Queen?
Yeah, I remember Cat Caribbean. Yeah. Billy was the man. I like Billy.
He could sing. He had a long. He had
He
a
can
deep.
sing, man. He can sing.
You know what Chrissy's favorite song was when she was a child? It was LL Cool J, I Need Love.
Yeah,
Oh,
my niece.
I can
That
see
was
that.
just drive me crazy, man.
Well, you know, them girls used to love LL. LL was, you know,
yes.
you know.
Yes, indeed.
Man, he has some muscles.
That was her dude. That one and anything Janet Jackson. Anything Janet.
Oh, Janet.
Yeah, that's right. I remember it. Anything Janet Jackson, she loved. I love her 2 albums. I didn't after the second album, I wasn't that in love with the albums, but first 2 albums, those 2 albums, Rhythm Nation, and what's the second one? I forget.
I can't remember what the other one was.
But that was a hot album too, yo. I can listen to that all the way through too.
Yeah, I can't remember what it was though.
I'm gonna have to look that one up. I'm gonna look that one up.
We're the high school friends here, bro. High school friends. Carmen's looking it up. I guess.
No, I was looking some. Remember my Johnny Gill?
Oh,
Johnny
Gill, yeah, Johnny Gill.
For a minute too.
That was a man. He was a man for a minute. Just a minute though.
You gotta understand though. Remember who he came from though.
Mm-hmm. Who he came from?
New Edition.
New Edition.
Remember Bobby Brown, BBD.
No. He was by himself first, and then he joined.
First, yeah. At first, yeah, he was with that his wife or girlfriend before they broke up.
He might have been by himself, but he ain't make no real hits until he got the New Edition.
No. When Bobby Brown left, his first time he left for his solo career, he was with New Edition when he was young.
Yeah. Y'all don't remember him when he was with New Edition?
Oh, you're talking about Bobby Brown. I think you're talking about Johnny Gill.
That's what we're talking about. Gill.
Johnny Gill was
with New Edition.
He was.
And then he went off on his own.
He did the song.
No.
He was a star before New Edition.
And then he.
I didn't know nothing about him before. Nothing.
No, he's talking about when he was solo before he got to the New Edition group.
I didn't know nothing about him before. I only knew about him after New Edition.
Before he made My, and all that stuff, he was with New Edition first.
No, he was.
Right.
Yes, he
was. He was. Before My came out, he was with New Edition first. Yes, he was.
Because Bobby left. Bobby said, F y'all, I'm out. And they brought in Johnny Gill.
Johnny Gill
before New Edition, before My, he was by himself.
Yeah, he
went to New Edition. Then
but that don't count to me because I don't know one song he made before New Edition.
That's what I'm saying.
Not one song. I don't know one.
New Edition.
Give me one. Give me one song he did before he got the New Edition.
Before I knew about Johnny Gill, all I just heard was My. That was my favorite song by him. I ain't know nothing about him. I was a new master, My guy.
I knew something
that can hit the high notes.
Before he before he joined New Edition. Because if I said, "Oh, Johnny Gill's going to New Edition," that's going to pick him up. Because I remember he was hot before. He was all right before he got the New Edition.
All right. Yeah, well, I missed him then. I must have missed him because I didn't know nothing about him until he got the New Edition, yo. I don't know none of his songs before, and only one song after.
I know 2 songs after.
Mm-hmm.
It's My, and it's the one Magic.
Red Dress.
Yeah, Red Dress was good too. That was good too. Yeah.
I thought that was My. Ain't that the My?
Red Dress is My.
Yeah.
Yeah, slip on that red dress.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
That's another one else.
Look, get on Google. Google it. Since y'all saying that it was before, Google it. What did he do before?
Yeah, I want to see that. Yeah, I want to see that too. Yeah.
Hold up. I'm gonna do it.
I know what I'm talking about, yo.
I do too, man.
I am not wrong. Never wrong.
New Edition. I'm light skinned, so you know how I feel about that, man.
Come on with this light skin down. Come on, man.
And she's gonna see what's up.
Remember Night Shift by the Commodores?
Yeah, that's what
that was hot. That was one of the. You know what? That was one of the songs I think after my man left.
No, that was when they made that song after Marvin Gaye died. That's what the song is
No,
about.
but that song came out after my man left. After
Oh no.
Lionel Richie left.
No, Lionel Richie left in like the 70s or 80s. He left in like the 70s. I'm talking about Marvin Gaye died. That was what the Night Shift song was about. It was a dedication to Marvin Gaye. I remember that.
Yeah, I know that, but I'm saying that was like one of their only songs after he left. Like,
oh yeah, that was you're right.
That was one of the only hits they had after he left.
Sixth and final number of New Edition.
Mm-hmm.
Also, part of the LSD.
That's right.
After seven, remember?
That's right. Johnny
Radio
Gill. My fault. Johnny Gill was part of LSG before he became the New Edition. That's how I remember that.
No.
Way.
That was after. That was in my time. That was in my time.
No.
My body, your body.
Who's
Gerald Levert, Sweat,
Keith Sweat.
and Johnny.
Yep.
Keith Sweat and Johnny
Yep.
Gill. Yo, man, come on, man, don't do that, man.
Wait a minute.
Johnny Gill was a kid.
That's why I was LSG.
That's her name, Stacey Lattisaw. Stacey Lattisaw.
Man.
You're lucky
No,
I
that's her
can't
name.
look at my phone and look up stuff at the same time, but I was.
All right. This is my thing. Did you find anything? Did you find any Johnny Gill hits
Before.
before
Stacey
New
Lattisaw.
Edition?
Before doing
Stacey
this.
Lattisaw.
Yeah.
With Atlantic Records. It was with him and Stacey Lattisaw.
That song. That's right.
Yeah.
You had a hit with her.
Then later on in 1987, that's when he became. That's when he went into the new.
87. He was a kid, like I said, man.
Yeah, but 82 he was with Stacey Lattisaw. Then later on he went to New Edition.
8 solo albums.
That's right.
3 albums with New Edition.
But-
2 albums with
Yeah.
LSG.
So he had one song, a duet that he got famous on. No one I ain't know this brother before. A duet.
Thank you. He's also
Yeah.
released 8 solo albums, 3 with New Edition, 2.
Well, Well, no, because he got a solo album in 1985 before New Edition too.
But nobody
Here
knows
we
that.
go.
Nobody heard nothing. Not one song on that album was worth playing.
Triple
We
wood.
going with this conversation,
It
man.
began in 1982 when he was 16.
Exactly.
With
I'm saying,
Stacey
they
Lattisaw.
was young. They was young when he was young. He was very young when he joined New Edition. I never heard of him
Yeah.
before. I
He
never
was
knew who he
16.
was.
He was 16, and then he had an album after that. Before he went to New Edition. I'm telling you,
They
Yeah.
probably do nothing.
He had his self-titled album.
It's called Chemistry. Was off his second album, and the first one was
Chemistry. Yeah, it was Chemistry. You're right. Yeah.
Never heard of him. Never
And
heard
in
of him.
87,
And then in 87, he joined New Edition after that.
so he started
If
at
his
80.
career had stopped before New Edition, none of
Like I
us
said,
would know his
New
name.
Edition lift him up, and he became a household name.
That's right.
No,
If
man,
his career stopped before New Edition, we would not know anything about this man.
I knew about him before New Edition. Off
Never
his
heard of
album.
You wouldn't know about him today. You would have forgot about him.
Oh my God. Y'all just got to be real.
Come on, man. Come on. Let's be realistic, man.
The perfect combination and then chemistry.
Yeah, that's right. It was perfect combination. He did with Stacey Lattisaw.
That was a good song. But I didn't know his name. I didn't care about his name. It was just a good song.
I knew his name because I was
yeah, that was
saying.
right there.
So young.
Yeah, right. He was young back then.
He
Yeah.
was
So
16.
It's all good. But you know what? I'm going to end it. It's a bit over an hour, y'all. And it's been nice and fun. And I'm glad that we started talking about music. That's what, music is my thing. But I'm just going to say goodbye because I love you. And I'm grateful for all of you coming by. And y'all have a good night. All right. Everybody say goodbye, everybody. Bye, everybody.
Bye, Don.
But I was right, though.
Bye,
I'm losing right
everybody.
now.
Love y'all.
Bye, y'all.